So yes, I am from Google Cloud, but this is a disclaimer. This has absolutely nothing to do with my job at Google. And Google has nothing to do with this talk, and opinions are completely my own. Okay, so anybody here know Avishai Shalom? Yeah, I love the guy too. This is, he wrote a great article called Bash is a Thought Pattern that talks about how sysadmins think and how that kind of perforates into other things that we do. The way that we think shapes the tools that we use. I think that is very true, but it is also true the other way around. The tools that we use shape the way that we think. And the work that you do also gets you to think a certain way. Now, this especially drives my wife crazy when I discuss things at home like they're a production system. So DevOps for smoked meat production, sorta. Or rather, Brisket as a service. A little bit about me. I am manager of the Google SecOps Integration Lab. It's a SOAR lab, what used to be Simplify. I've been in this field of whatever for about 16 years, and I've been smoking meat unprofessionally for 6 years and grilling for 28 of them. And I'm really, really into meat. So on October 7th, pretty much all hell broke loose. And we live near Bet Lead, which is and there's a big base there where forces come to get organized before they go do military stuff. And we saw a post on Facebook that were like, we're soldiers here, we have nothing to eat, and stuff sucks. So my wife came up with the idea, so let's make meat for units going in to go military stuff. So the first one was on us, and we just smoked a few brisket, let's go over there, make people happy. But the problem is that that is like crazy expensive, and you can't do that often. So my wife raised money on Paybox, and we started making sort of a pipeline for this. So this was a monolith model, the original one. We make the beef, I deliver it, then I serve it, and then there's a lot of problems with this because A, it takes way too long even when you live close by. Problem number two, there are entry passes to bases, which are a huge issue. Also, this doesn't always get to the right people. The people going in to do military stuff aren't necessarily at the base at the time. Also, it means that you deal with all of the logistics, which kind of overshadow the other stuff. And you can't really do this while working. I started my new job on October 2nd. Great timing. So we moved to the brisket as a service model. I make the brisket, other people pick it up and serve it. Essentially, brisket as a service. So you basically curl grilled out beef and you pipe it to your unit, but you provide the pipe. The key principle is do the stuff that you're really good at and let other people do the rest. So there's also FinOps here. Meat is like crazy expensive, and you can't really be gourmet here. You have to not be the bear, more like the beef. And another problem is that you can't really buy wholesale, because if you want to buy wholesale, it means that you have minimum orders, and my fridge is not wholesale scale. How do you get cheap beef? This is a hack. Apparently, if you go to the supermarket and they have big cuts of beef that they're supposed to grind and just sell to you ground, if you tell them, I'm going to grind this at home, wink, wink, they will sell you it at the ground rate, which is much cheaper. Key principle, you get to find hacks to get stuff cheaper the same way we used to do this with spot instances back in the day. Peak management. So a brisket pretty much is a 12-hour fare originally. You pretty much put it in the smoker, wait for 12 hours, and it's ready. But most of the orders came in on Thursday and Friday, which means that I need to find a way to get more stuff done in a short period of time. So step one, not everything happens in the smoker. What does that mean? You smoke it for a little bit, and then you finish off in the oven for the rest of the time. This means you can start another batch. Next, another thing that you can do is that then you can, when you do stuff in the oven, you control for temperature and humidity, which means you can get stuff done in 3 hours, not 9, which means that you're able to get stuff out faster. Key principle, this is a microservice, which you can now optimize for specific uses. Some numbers. Total meat output was 1/4 ton of beef over 1 month. the total money raised was 15,000 shekels. And the peak amount in a single week was 50 kilograms, and the peak amount in a single day was 25 kilograms. And to end with a small dad joke, why did the dad move from the grill, from the smoker? Because he had a steak overflow. Yeah. So this is me. I'm on Twitter, where I post pictures of all the cool beef. And I'm on LinkedIn, where I post pictures of all my cool beef. And I also do snowboarding, which is fun, so get in touch, and it'll be awesome. Thank you.